Hey, what's up? Kyle here again. Welcome to another DVD and Blu-ray update where I show the DVDs and Blu-rays I got over the past couple weeks and months, and this is a really pretty big update. Not like a huge update, but this has a lot of stuff I'm going to show in this one. Sorry I've been doing too much of these lately. I've just been very busy with a lot of things. But without further ado, let's get the DVD update started. First one I got, and I got it signed. And I'll put the link underneath this video for the video that I did when I went to the Felix organization, and it's When a Stranger Calls, a classic movie, and I got it signed by the actress, by Carol Kane. Right there too, Kyle, my love from Carol, and she signed it. She was really nice. I'll put a link underneath this video for the Felix organization video, and definitely give them all my support. This is a great movie. Carol Kane did a great job in this. I've always been a big fan of Carol Kane's stuff, and this is When a Stranger Calls, the original. I love this movie. This is a scary, scary movie. Probably one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. It's much better than the remake. I highly recommend you check this out. It's basically about a babysitter is staying at the. It's about a babysitter, and she's supposed to watch these children, and something happens to the children. She keeps getting these phone calls from this crazy man, and she keeps saying, "Have you tricked the children?" And then a few years later, he becomes like, you know, becomes like this insane person, like really crazy. It's really hard to explain, but it's a really good movie. I definitely check this out if you haven't seen it, and definitely gives Carol Kane all my support and the Felix organization. Definitely check out the video if you haven't seen it yet, and definitely check out When a Stranger Calls, the original. Next one I got this for $6 at FYE, and it's Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. This is one of my favorite slasher films. Not the greatest thing I've seen out there, but it's really good. I highly recommend you check this one out. It's really scary and really eerie. It's basically about they play this prank, that these college students play this prank on one of their friends, and the prank goes wrong, and he gets scared. He ends up in, and then 3 years later he ends up in a mental asylum, and then they're getting back together, all the college kids, and they're going away on this train for it's like a party train, like a going away party bash, and people are getting killed off people are getting killed off on the train. And it's basically one of those revenge movies. I really recommend you check this out. I highly recommend you see this. This is a really cool movie. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. She's in a lot of horror films, a lot of stuff she's in. I really admire her, and definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. Really scary. Next one I got is I got this also at FYE for $6, and it's an old comedy with John Candy. Summer Rental. This is a funny movie. This is probably one of John Candy's best movies. Not as good as Uncle Buck, but it's pretty much up there. It's like right next to Uncle Buck and Spaceball. You know, Uncle Buck is my favorite John Candy movie, and then Spaceballs, and probably this. This was pretty funny. I can't really remember what it's about, but I do remember liking it a lot, and I definitely check this out. It's really funny. Definitely check this out, and I miss John Candy. I wish he was still here. I always loved John Candy's stuff. He was a great actor, a great comedian. Next one I got is I got this for $5 in a 7-Eleven actually, and it's Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery, and you can't go wrong with this. I had to get it because I have the second and third, and this is a really funny movie. I like the sequels better, but this one was pretty funny as well, and I like Mike Myers, and they're supposed to make a fourth one, I heard, but for a long time, but they never did end up doing it. I don't know. They said that they are going to do it at some point. I don't know, but I hope they do. Next one I got is The Fly 2, the collector's edition. This is a really cool cover, and I really like this movie, just as good as the first movie. I also have the first movie as well too, the first one as well. First one's really good as well. The second one is just as good. I highly recommend you check these movies out. And this one's pretty much about like the sequel. If you haven't seen The Fly, this is it's a sequel to. It's about the kid, about the guy, I forget what his name is, the scientist in the first one plays Jeff Goldblum's character. It's pretty much this one's about his kid, and he has like this disease that he gets he grows very fast. He gets older and older very fast, and there's these scientists and like they're doing experiments on him, and he becomes this really crazy this creature. And it's really hard to explain what it's about. It's just a really cool sci-fi horror film. I really liked it. Great gore effects, great movie, just as good as the first. Definitely check this one out if you love the first one. Next one I got is Return of the Living Dead 3 on DVD. Not as good as the first two, but it's pretty decent. It's different from the first two. It's pretty. I liked it. You know, it's pretty much about this couple. You know, and this guy's girlfriend dies, and he uses this chemical to bring her back to life. And his dad's a scientist and stuff, and he does things with zombies and things. It's really hard to explain what it's about, but when he brings her back to life, his girlfriend, weird things start to happen in the laboratory, in the experiment laboratory of his dad, and it's just a really crazy movie. It's hard to explain really what it's about, but I enjoyed it. Not the greatest thing, but it's very different from the first two. I don't know. It's okay. Not the greatest, but it's worth checking out. Next one I got is a movie pack with 4 different horror films, Volume 2, and it's I got the Dungeonmaster, Cellar Dweller, Contamination, and Catacombs. I didn't see all of them yet. I only saw Cellar Dweller. I mainly got this one because I wanted to see Cellar Dweller, and I was always a bit of a fan. I always loved that movie, and it's on here. It's very hard to find. It's very rare. I think it's out of print by now. It's hard to get this anywhere. You have to get this online. And I saw Cellar Dweller. It's pretty much about. It was pretty good, pretty decent. Pretty much about like this comic book artist dies, and then years later this girl discovers his work, and like there's this creature that's after her that's from the comic books, and she's the next victim. It's really crazy. I love it. I didn't see the other ones yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. I just pulled it out, but definitely check out Cellar Dweller. Next one I got is Night of the Demons 3. This one was alright. Not as good as the first two. I had to get it because I liked the first two a lot, but it wasn't as good. It was just it was weird as hell. I don't know. It's not that bad. I mean, the creature, the demons in this are amazing. That demon, you know, Angela. They made Angela in this really cool, but not as scary as the first two. First two were much better. This was alright. I don't know. I don't really want to get into too much detail into it. It's just okay. Not anything bad though, but it's just decent. It's okay. Next one I got is Doubtfire. I got this at Big Lots for $8, and this is one of my favorite Robin Williams movies. I love this movie. I grew up with this movie as a kid, and they were supposed to make a sequel to it, but you know, Robin Williams passed away. You know, rest in peace, Robin Williams. I miss you. And I always loved his movies. He was one of my favorite comedians, and this is a great movie. I highly recommend you check this out if you love Robin Williams. I always loved his movies. Definitely check this out if you haven't seen it yet. Next one I got is an anthology horror film and it's Dysmorphia, starring two of my friends, Sean C. Phillips and Brennan Mitchell. This is a great anthology horror film where it's like VHS shot, like it's like, you know, video, like little shorts on here. A great anthology movie, and Sean and Brennan have a little short in here called I Dare You, which was really cool. When they get locked, they lock themselves in the bathroom together, and they have like little plates of food and little water, and slowly the days go by, crazy things start to happen, and it was a great short, and definitely give them my support, Sean C. Phillips and Brennan Mitchell. And definitely check this movie out. Really cool, awesome anthology movie. Next one I got is a pretty good, cool slasher film, and it's Splatter University. And this is a really cool slasher film about a guy that a killer that escapes from a mental asylum and kills people at a college campus. And there's just some really cool gore effects in this, and it's pretty much, it's kind of scary, and the ending's very shocking. But whatever you do, if don't watch the trailer to this movie because it gives the killer away. It's like one of those movies, you know, that you have to find out who, you don't know who the killer is until the end. I highly recommend you check this out if you love slasher film, like, you know, killer slasher films with college. And it's by the same it's also directed by Richard H. Haynes, who collaborated with Lloyd Kaufman on the original Clash of High. They both worked on it. He directed this one. This one's really cool. I highly recommend you check this one out if you haven't seen it. Really cool slasher film. Next one I got is a really cool documentary, and it's Adjust Your Tracking. This is a really cool documentary about VHS collectors and movie collectors, kind of like me, you know, how I collect a lot of movies, and has a lot of cool guests in this. This is a really cool documentary. I highly recommend you pick this up if you love collecting movies and stuff. This is really good. It gets into a lot of detail about the DVD collectors, and there's some collectors in this that I actually know. And there's interviews with a lot of special horror guests, like, you know, Lloyd Kaufman's in this. My friend Lloyd Kaufman's in this. A lot of people are in this. George A. Romero has an interview. They all get interviewed in this movie. It's a really cool documentary. I highly recommend you check this out. I wanted to get the VHS one with the DVD, but that was out of print. For some reason, it got out of print. And there's another movie that I want to get called Rewind This, but I think that's out of print as well too. But I highly recommend you check this out. If you're a movie collector, I highly recommend you check this out. Last DVDs I got, and then I'm on to the Blu-rays, is I got 2.5 Men Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, and Season 7 and 8. I have 1, 2, and 3. I have Seasons 1, 2, and 3 as well. I love this show. This is one of my favorite TV shows. I don't like the Ashton Kutcher episodes as much. I do like Ashton Kutcher as an actor, but I just didn't think he was as funny as Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men. I also like Charlie Sheen as well, and this is one of my favorite shows. I had to get them, and definitely check this out. Definitely get these. A great show. Definitely check it out. Now, the first Blu-ray I got is a really cool horror film, Jersey Shore Massacre, and my good buddy Sean C. Phillips is in a short called Fat Cat Massacre, which is a little movie that plays on the TV in the movie, which I thought was pretty cool. And this is a really cool movie. I highly recommend you check this out. It's like Girls Gone Dead. It's pretty much about, and Ron Jeremy's in this as well. And it's pretty much about these girls lose their summer rental place, so they go to their the girl's uncle's little place, like, you know, beach house, and people are getting killed off. It's in Jersey Shore, and people are getting killed off by this crazy deranged creature, this crazy deranged killer. And it's real, and the gore in this is amazing. I love the creature, the killer in this was so cool. He scared the shit out of me. It was kind of reminding me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre a little bit. I highly recommend you check this out. And also the Fat Cat Massacre. The whole short the whole movie is on, like, the whole short part 1 is on the features with Sean C. Phillips. So definitely check that out and give him all my support. This is a really good movie. I highly recommend you check this out. Really cool. Next Blu-ray I got is one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies, and it's Big, 25th Anniversary Edition on Blu-ray. And I don't need to get into too much detail into this. This is one of my favorite comedy movies with Tom Hanks. I wish he would do more movies like this. Now he does more serious movies. And this is a really cool. This is a really funny movie. It's pretty much about like a 13-year-old boy who wishes he get, you know, is at a carnival one night, and he finds this wishing machine, and he wants to become big. And he wakes up the next morning, he becomes an adult, and he has to try to find that machine, and it's just really good. Find the machine to turn him back, and it's really funny. You know, I love this movie. This is a classic. I highly recommend you check this out if you haven't seen that. Next Blu-ray I got is from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, and it's Motel Hell. And I love the artwork on this. But a lot of people make a big deal about this movie. I didn't care for this movie too much. It was okay. I just didn't. Maybe I don't know. I just didn't understand it. You know, I can't really get into too much detail into it. I didn't really understand it. Maybe it's pretty much about these two farmers who kill people at their hotel, and they put them in their backyard, and they have like their bodies, their heads, hanging out of the grave. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I didn't care for it too much. It was okay. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, you didn't like it? It's a classic." It was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it's if you enjoy it, it's your, I just didn't care for it too much. Last but not least, I got on Blu-ray one of my favorite movie series of all time, Star Wars, the original series. I gotta get the prequels as well, but I have but they're not as good as the originals. I love these movies. These are classics. I love the Star Wars series. This is probably one of my favorite movie series of all time. I'm not gonna get into too much detail into these. Just check these out, and I'm looking forward to seeing the new one when they make the new series as well. That's gonna be really cool, and definitely check these out. I'm not gonna, you probably all seen these. These are classics. Definitely check these out if you haven't seen them. Well, those were all the DVDs and Blu-rays I got for this DVD update. Sorry I didn't get into too much detail into them. I just wanted to get this video done, and I haven't made a video in so long. But thanks a lot for watching or subscribing. Definitely give this video a thumbs up. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Alright, peace.